Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to a new YouTube stream. Yeah, I've been streaming. It's the second day in a row that I stream now. Would have been streaming every day for the past week if I hadn't put up the first two streams, so I don't think it's fair of me to say I've been streaming every day. But I've been streaming every day since yesterday, and this is already something. How are you doing? So this is a bit of an early start to the stream because something came up that was not really anticipated, and I have to wake up super early tomorrow in about 7 hours. So I will stream for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and then I will cut the stream short and go to bed because tomorrow I have to wait to be awake very early. Hey Mohammed, how are you doing? Nice to see you. It's been a while. I am pretty good, thank you so much for asking. I've gone from a few pretty intense couple of days. I've had to study for an exam I had yesterday. That should have gone pretty well. And I've been working on a mobile application for another exam. Like, I have an exam at uni. We have to make a mobile application, and I had to fix a few things my group mate did not particularly right. Let's use this euphemism. And yeah, so I've been coding since 2:45 p.m. It's almost 10 hours of code. No, yeah, it's basically 11 hours of coding at right now. My brain is fried. I'm booting up Unity, and today we're gonna finish up with the project of the last few streams. My study is going pretty well, thank you. I am not really sure what I want to do next year, so I need to figure out what I want to do next year. But it's going pretty well. Yeah, first of all, I've also been coding nearly 15 hours. Well, dude, that's intense. I feel you. That's a lot. 15 hours, it's a lot of hours. Like, I was complaining about almost 10. 15 hours. You should not be coding for 15 hours straight, dude. You're gonna fry your brain like beyond repair if you code so long. I hope you've been enjoying your coding. I've actually been enjoying my coding a lot more than I thought I would. 9 hours of work and then your own. Yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. And the problem with being a coder or programmer is that your hobby is also most likely your job. So you get off your job, get off work, and start doing the same exact thing. But I guess the motivation is a bit different. Before I start, I wanna just show what I've been working on. So let me open Visual Studio Code here. Hoping I do not expose any secret keys like Firebase keys or anything, but I trust you guys not to play around with them if you see them. Me. Okay, here we have. We have our project here, and we have been making this mobile application with Flutter for the exam. Okay, it's starting up, so it should start like running anytime now. It's a pretty slow start for Visual Studio Code. It's not usually like this slow, but I trust it to. Okay, perfect. It's starting. It should take 20 seconds to load up. So yeah, I've been making this mobile application, and so I have played with Flutter during the pandemic, in the first month of the pandemic, first couple of months of the pandemic, but very little. So I am very new to all of this, and I do not know the language. And just to give you an idea of what I mean with I do not know the language, here I have this class here, and the other day I spent 20 minutes trying to make this variable public but I had an underscore because I thought it was a naming convention for members of classes. What it is actually not a naming convention, but it's actually how do you define private variables in Dart. So yeah, that's been pretty embarrassing for me. And yeah, I've been making this application. We have a navigation level like for this, and then we can move around in the navigation. The stack is preserved for each tab. We can push on the main navigator, and I can sign in and sign up and sign out with Google, with Firebase. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I've been developing this for 10 hours a day. So yeah, I really could not do anything else. And to answer to Wells' question, how do you find Flutter? I think it's very cool. I am really enjoying it. My problem with it, which is something that a lot of people say about it, is that the code gets very cluttered. Like, let me go here to the pages. Okay, this is my code, so you will notice that my code is a little bit, it's not that cluttered. But if I show you, let me see, my friend's code, there are some pages in which it gets pretty intense. I would not know. I have not read his code too much, so okay, here, this is a mess, and you get these huge let me see, these huge open and close parentheses, because it's like React, every widget or component is actually built from its constructor, and instead of having like XML like syntax like in React or React Native, you have these huge calls like this. So yeah, it's the problem with that kind of things. You're working on a website for your portfolio. That's cool. What are you using? Because I was thinking of using Next.js for doing that. I am planning on doing the same thing, but I was thinking of using Next.js, which comes with Node.js, of course, and it's written in JavaScript and not Flutter. Flutter web is actually kind of new. I have no idea how that really translates to anything useful. I've not tried to make a website with that, but I'm fairly sure that for the front end it's pretty cool as well, because I like Flutter. So I'm guessing that it's gonna be useful for the front end as well. You recommend? I use it React. I don't do it for work, but for my web development I use React usually, with Next.js for the front end, and yeah, for the React is just front end. So I was in my web development workflow, I have Next.js with React for the front end, or I use Create React app for making the desktop applications with Electron or Northwest. Yeah, you use it for work. That's cool though. Oh, by the way, hi Scaffolds, how are you doing? Oh, you use Next.js as well. Okay. Also making a few sites in the monorepo using NX. I have not heard of NX. I do not know what NX is. But I've seen that Nuxt has come out. Oh my god. Wait a minute. The boats here. Remove. Hide user on this channel. This does not make any sense. How are there the bots already? I've heard of the new Nuxt.js release, and I've been trying to try out. I've been wanting to try out Vue.js for a while because the syntax looks a lot less bloated than React. So I will be trying that, and I will be making my own opinion on that, but I'm so used to working with React now that it's probably gonna be hard to switch if I even have to. But yeah, that's enough web development for the moment. Let's talk about what we're doing today. So, as I said, I do not have too much time, so this is gonna be a shorter stream than usual. But we are going to try and finish up this project by applying, like, by unwrapping our vertices basically, and unwrapping the UVs so that we can texture these spikes and the fans also, which is here. Okay, so basically we're gonna unwrap UV, unwrap the procedural meshes and try to texture them. And I need to figure out how I want to do that first, and then we can actually do that. Oh, you've also heard good things about Vue. That's good, I guess, that we all heard the same good things. And I watched a video that has been recommended to me about Nuxt, which is basically Next. I think it's also, yeah, it would be weird not to expect it to be from Vercel, but it's Next.js for Vue. So I think that a lot of what you know about Next is also gonna translate to Nuxt. Yeah. Okay. So let's get started. I'm also probably gonna make an intro for a potential video that I'll be making out of these 4 streams, but let's not worry about it too much for now. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is probably not gonna worry about the fans, but we're gonna worry about this spike wall, because the spike wall is actually more elaborate than how the fence is, because the fence is just cubes, while this is actually more what we wanted to do. Let's also okay, so wall 1 here, min radius, max radius. Let's increase the number of points, like something like this. I guess it works well enough. Okay, so what we want to do, and I'll open Photoshop. Let me go. I'll open Photoshop to try and plan out what we want to do with the UVs. Is make the trunk of the cylinders of the spikes be wrapped to somewhere in the texture space, and then we're gonna have the point of the spike, the actual spike, I guess. We're gonna have the points also wrapped in not the same space. to allow it to have a different color. So we're gonna have like brown for the wooden trunk, and then we're gonna have another color for the spike, like it's the wood flesh, I guess. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Let's imagine a UV square. Let's imagine our UV square. That is something like this. As you might know, we're gonna have like 0, 0 here. We're gonna have 0, 1 here. We're gonna have 1, 1 here. And we are going to have 1, 0 here. This is our UV space for the for any texture, basically. What we want to do is take a cylinder. What we want to do is take a cylinder that is something like this. Okay, let me draw it. Something like this. And what we want to do is actually go and for each vertex, so for each vertex, what we want to do is take it and place it on a 0, 1 plane that we're gonna define. And this is basically just what UV unwrapping is. Now, how are we gonna do that? I have no idea yet. But what I think I will be doing is perhaps defining an area like, I don't know, like this for the main body, like trunk. Okay. And then we're going to have another area, and let's make it blue. Something like this for the spikes. It's not gonna be a very optimized the use that we're gonna make of the spikes, because yeah, it's not proportional the amount of space we're destinating to the geometry. But what we want to have is this one unwrapped very plain, so that it can maybe tile, and this one is gonna go radially like this, basically. Something like this. Now I think it's 6 vertices for the thing, but yeah. Okay, something like this is what we want to do. So let's get started. We're gonna take the cylinder and unwrap it. We have to remember that we are in a 0, 1 space, and then we are like saying this is 0.8, something like this. Let's do 7.5, that it's easier to calculate than when we're drawing the texture. So let's go to Unity. Let's actually go, well, let me change this, it's a bit too okay. Okay, let me go to the procedural Viking wall, and let's try to figure out how to create the UVs. So what we can do is, first of all, realize where I am defining. Okay, here I'm defining the vertices, and here I'm defining the triangles. So what I want to do is probably create a vector 2 UVs, new vector 2, and we're gonna have one vector 2, like one coordinate for each vertex. So I'm guessing it's the same number, and the number of how we calculated the number of vertices is basically 1 for each face, so 3 for each face basically. So we're gonna have 12 triangles, like 6 faces, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 2 triangles per face, so it's 12. But it's actually 12 triangles times 3. It's, I have no idea what I'm calculating. So it's 6 faces, 4 vertices per face, so it's 6 times 4, 24. No, oh my god, 24. My brain is melting, I told you, and the bots are kind of annoying. 24 vertices plus 6 plus 6 plus 2. Yeah, it's basically what we have done here. So now here, where we create the vertices, we have the index of the vertex in the basically the ring. So what we want to do is calculate where it has to go based on our UV map, and this is getting already pretty hard for my brain at the moment. Angle is gonna be, so angle is the angle of one thing. We're gonna have the started A is gonna be 0, and at the same time is gonna be, I can probably not have this. I'm gonna remove that and let's calculate, because this is probably gonna go to 360 and we're not gonna have any issues, and that's gonna help us a lot. Okay, great, perfect. Now what I want to do here, and sorry if I'm very slow, but I'm trying to figure it out, I have not planned this, is calculate, float the U. The U is basically let's say left U is gonna be A angle divided by 360 float, and float right U is gonna be A angle divided by 360 float. It's not gonna be A angle but B angle. What I can do is also float U width is gonna be 360 float divided by 6, so that we have how much space on the x-axis our face is gonna on the u-axis our face is gonna occupy. So I can actually calculate this by saying angle times I, and A angle times I, and B angle times I plus 1. Okay, this makes sense. And we're basically calculating this. So let's say we're at angle 0, this is gonna be here, and plus 6, so 60. plus 1, 60 is gonna be this. We're gonna be at angle 60. A is gonna be here, so the left is gonna be here, and the right is gonna be here. And this seems like it's making sense in my head. I hope it does. I hope it does, because I don't want to waste too much time on this. Now we're gonna calculate the upper value, but flow the V is always gonna be let's call it u left and u right. I want lowercase u. The V top is gonna be 0.575. I can not create a variable for that. So now we want to say UV counter int UV counter is equal to 0. UVs of UV counter. This is not the syntax, but I just want to make sure I have it already laid out. Plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, and UV counter plus equal 4, because this is gonna be 24 plus I. Okay, no, these are gonna be something else, because it's gonna be the upper layer. But for the moment, let's figure out where to position these four vertices. So the first one is going to be right and forward. So I'm guessing A. The first one, let's try and do something like this. So A is gonna be vector 2, U left, 0, A1. This is A1. The cosine of 0 is 1. So actually, my brain is frying very bad. Why did I use right and forward and not okay. So these ones are A2 and B2, and these one are A1 and B1, and I'm starting from here. This is so... Am I speaking too fast and confused? If so, I'm sorry. The confusion part is because I am very confused right now, and the fast is my mistake, so I will try to slow down. I'm guessing, to answer to you, Carrie, that was referred to me. If it's not referred to me, I am not sure how to answer your question. I'm sorry. But yeah, okay, so the reason why I'm talking so fast is because I'm trying to calculate in my mind what I want to do. I have not picked up this code in 2 weeks, so I I forgot to comment what these vertices were. So yeah, okay, this is A, and it's gonna be that. This is gonna be vector 2. No, you're speaking to me. Oh, okay. Well, then I am glad it's not referred to me. And so if you ask me how do I understand someone who speaks fast, I do speak fast, so I try to make out. So I'm used to speaking fast. What I do is try to make out the most important words from what they're saying, and try to rebuild the sentence, the context from what I understand, and if I don't, I will just ask to repeat. So if I do speak fast, if I do end up speaking fast and confused, please ask me to repeat. I will, for sure. And 0. Why doesn't this work? Oh, because this goes new. new vector 2, and this one is gonna be u left 0.75, and this is gonna be new vector 2 u right 0.75 75f. Oh, you're welcome. I'm just glad you were talking about me. Okay, so we are building the UVs for what I think are these 4 points from what I can figure out. So let me A1, A2, B1, and B2. Okay, and now what I want to do is create the ones for the top and bottom faces. And what are gonna be, the bottom face is gonna be flat, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Top face vertex. So I'm gonna say UVs of 24 plus I is gonna be new vector 2 u left 0 something like that, and UVs of 30 plus I is gonna be new vector 2 of u left I hope this works. I'm not completely sure this is gonna work. I'll be honest with you. Let's just try and build this right now. Let's see how it comes up, and then we'll modify this accordingly. UVs of 36, it's gonna be vector 2 dot 0 because I don't care. Let's say we don't care about the texturing or the wrapping on the bottom face. And UVs of 37 is gonna be vector 2 0.5f1, and this is gonna be new. Okay. Now what we wanna say is, say here match part data. Let's add a private list vector 2 UVs. Let's say that UVs is equal to a new list. And let's say vector 2 UVs like this. This point to UVs is equal to new list vector 2 starting from UVs. What I want to do here is also create another overload for this method. No, okay, yeah, I cannot make this like this. And this is gonna be just empty. And what I want to do here, add vertices, UVs dot add range. Public void add UVs vector 2 UVs new UVs, and it's gonna be UVs dot add range new UVs. And here in add we're gonna say add UVs other dot UVs dot to array. And okay, this should be the last thing we need to do. Mesh dot set UVs 0 UVs. Okay, this should be what we need to do. This should be really all we need to do for this. And so now that we did this, let's create a texture. So let me just create a new file. Let's make it, I don't know, 32 by 32. Code? What do you mean by code, Links? Code is this, and the one for the UVs is here. So this is what I calculated the UVs to be. I'm not sure yet though. I'm not sure about the top ones because I'm only have. Oh, the code is here for the moment for the UVs. And the other code. Oh fuck. Are you kidding me? Nobody was seeing anything. I'm gonna unlist this so fast. Oh my god, I've been going for, how long has this been? 40 minutes without showing the code? Are you? I am speechless in front of how stupid I can be. This is literally the worst thing I've done so far. Thank you for telling me. I really appreciate you telling me. I would have never noticed that. I have OBS here, like open here on the second monitor next to me. Oh my god. This is one of the stupidest thing I've done on this live streaming career. Let's say career quoted so far. Hi Sophie, and welcome to the stream. Okay, so after talking like to myself, I guess, let me show you. I hope I showed the Photoshop. I might not have shown the Photoshop, so I was talking to myself. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, I am very embarrassed. So we have our cylinders that have a spike on top. What we want to do is take the main part of the cylinder and unwrap it in the bottom 3/4 of our texture, and take the spike of the cylinder and unwrap them on the top, the bottom of the cylinder. So like the bottom face is gonna go in the origin, since we're not really worried about texturing it. I'm gonna have to I am so broken at this moment. So what I want to do, basically the code that I wrote by myself is this. So I did not do a good job commenting my code last time I wrote this. This is gonna be you with so basically we have our cylinders here that start from 0 0 as like angle 0 here, angle 60, 120, 180, 240, no, not 240, 180, 240, 300, and 360 basically. So what we're doing is taking this angle and moving it from a 0 to 360 space interval to a 0 to 1. So I calculate what one, like 60 degrees basically. Angle, I need to do 60, like 1 over 6 basically. And once that we have our width in the 0 to 1 space, what we can do is calculate where the left and right u coordinates are gonna be. So basically for this face, like, let me take another color. For this face, hello Eduardo. I am speaking in English, so my pronunciation is messed up for the Italian names. How are you doing? Thank you for tuning in, by the way. So we're taking this. This is gonna go here. This is gonna go here. This is gonna go here. And this is gonna go here, basically. And we're calculating the left and the right U's. And the bottom are gonna be V0, and the top ones are gonna be V0.75 for the moment. I'm not sure that will stay the same. And we are basically just creating a vector array to then add to the mesh data. And the mesh data is just gonna set the mesh, the UVs with this. Oh, it's all that. Oh, I've been doing good, thank you. I just had like the most embarrassing moment of every live stream I've done so far. I've been going for 40 minutes without showing the screen, writing code, talking to myself, doing like weird calculations that I'm not even sure make any sense now, without showing anything. That was kind of cringe. Now what I want to do is create a simple texture for our spikes. New guide layout. We're gonna have 4 columns with no gutter and 4 rows with no gutter, and let's just say 0 height. Let's delete the height. Why cannot I? Okay, great. Now let's take this part here. This is not like a good orange color, but we're gonna roll with it. I don't care about like what the actual color turns out to be. Let's make some woodenish thing. Yeah, it's low, but also how the fuck do you do that? Like, luckily Lynx was asking for the code, and I was like, what do you mean the code? I just shown the code. And I was like, where is it? And I was, what do you mean where is it? I just shown that. And no, I did not show it. Okay, and the spikes are just going to be like this. For the moment, they're just gonna be like this, I'm guessing. Let's give them some detail as well. Okay, now let me do this, and I will remember to not to switch back, basically. Procedural geometry, assets. Okay. Now back to Unity. I should have my texture here. Let's go to materials. Let's say that this texture is point filtered, non-compression, 32 max size. You should, and clamp. Okay, so let's create a new material. Create a new material. Spike. Let's give it the base map. Okay, great. And let's see if this does anything or not. Okay, no. Are the ones down here? Oh, maybe generate mesh. These look like they are all like 0, 0. I was hoping to be done with this, honestly. I am very upset. I am very upset right now. Let me get... I'm not gonna do something very... UV space PNG. I'm gonna download a UV space texture. Let's get this one here. Let's get... Okay, this looks works well, I guess. Save to downloads. Am I showing it? See, yeah. Let's see where everything goes if I use this. Okay, it's all in 1.1. Why it... Well, it's not supposed to be there. Like, why is it this color if the image is this color? Are the UVs flipped? You're running to work. Hey! Hi, Kubio. You missed a very bad fail on my part. But I hope I thank you for popping in, and good luck with your work. Best of luck to you too. Should I maybe try and invert 0 and 0.5? No, because no, these are supposed to be... Yeah, they could work like crystals as well, but these are supposed to be like Viking village spike walls. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm trying to figure out how the UVs work, and I'm not doing a good job at it. So, mesh UV Unity. Mesh.uv, vertices.length, it's the same. Vertices.x, vertices.z. Okay, so this is planar mapped, but it seems like it makes sense. Like, it would make sense like this. Values are not clamped. Okay. 0, 0 is the bottom left corner, and 1, 1 is the top right. Yeah, those are wooden stakes, exactly. Okay. Well, the green made them look like... Yeah, the green was kind of crystally, but the brown makes more sense. I do agree. See you later as well. Have a good day at work. I'm really perplexed here by why it is not working. Let's do something else. Let's create a new shader. Create a new shader graph. Let's open it. Let's universal. Okay, great. Let's get a UV node. And put it in the color. So now if I make a material from this, UV, okay, now it makes more sense. They're all at 0, 0. I'm not sure why, but they appear to be all at 0, 0, even though we have changed it. Oh my god, these sex bots are very annoying. These appear to be all at 0, 0, and that doesn't really make any sense. U width. Let's print. It's back. Do you mean the bot? Yeah, it came back, but I hope I was quick enough. Print for each var uv in UVs debug.log UV. Please tell me how long is it gonna take to compile everything? Oh my god. Okay, the music is over. Did I freeze Unity? Okay, no. But it's not happy about the debug logging. Let's remove that because it's probably gonna die. Okay. Let's get some music. Let's go for this. One 0.8, 0.8. Zero 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.8, 1. Okay, it makes sense that it's like that. It would make sense. Yeah, 101, 0.75. Catch you later. Have a good one. Yeah, I'm probably gonna close the stream pretty soon as well, but I wanna understand why. Let's look if Google says anything. Unity mesh dot set UVs not working. Is this the basic? Oh, someone making Minecraft. Still no answers. If you are rearranging the vertex positions, you need to rearrange the UVs the same way, otherwise you end up having UVs that will not correspond to that. Is the channel supposed to be something else? Let's see. Mesh. Set UVs. Int channel, vector 3, vector 2, vector 0 to 7. I'm setting the mesh UVs to the 1. Let's see if it's 1 instead of 0, but I really do not think that is the case. Oh, I might know what that is. I might be very dumb. I might be very dumb here. But this is at least coding dumb and not totally dumb. Okay. This makes sense. Now, if instead of this material we use this material, look, it's working. That was easy. That was easy. If I was not as stupid as I am, this would have taken a lot less time. But at least we did it. So yeah, you're probably gonna want another material not to be so smooth or anything, but we unwrapped the UVs. That's pretty cool. And yeah, there are probably gonna be some issues with the tiling because the texture is not tiling, but I cannot really spot any major issues. Like, I'm guessing where is it that it's okay, this I think this is where it tiles. But yeah, so if I draw, like, no, I don't care. Okay, so yeah, this is how it works. Like, I think we've done it. Now picture this in a sort of ice biome. Let's Viking village images. Let's see. Wall, wooden spike wall. Yeah, it's something like this. I don't know. This is what we went for. This is the very basic result that I am pretty happy with. I'm gonna be honest. This is pretty cool to me. It's not super impressive. I'm gonna be honest about that. It's not like nothing special. But it was an experiment I wanted to play with, and I think it came out pretty well. And now what I can do is take the wall I can randomize it. I can, let's see, change how it looks. And I can, let's see, okay, like this. We can do like this. And then we can move it around. So we can move it here, for example. We can move the control here. We can move the anchor here. We can make them vertical. This is shorter, so we are gonna decrease the number of vertices. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the result, honestly. And yeah, this is what we were playing with. And I'm probably gonna work on a little scene to put in the final video with this, just so you can see it in a context. But yeah, this is basically what we were doing, we're building. And it would make little sense to do it for the cubes as well, because this is not how you would unwrap a cube. So I'm not gonna do it for the fence, because yeah, it would really not make any sense to have the top of the planks be the color of that. So you would probably want to build it for your model, like customize for each model that you're building. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Honestly, I'm really happy with the result. It's, as I said, nothing expensive. I am basically rebuilding the wheel, but it's a wheel I'm pretty happy with first. And also, this is giving me some motivation to get back into game development. So yeah, I consider this a success. And it looks pretty good also. Yeah, okay. I feel like this is a pretty cool result. Let me bring it here. Let me hide the fence so that I can take a screenshot. For the webs. We can make it a bit shorter, maybe. A bit thinner. And more poles. Okay. No, I think it looked better before. Just make them not so distant in height, and perhaps make a couple less. Yeah, this is pretty much what I was hoping to achieve. Okay, I took my screenshot. I'm happy with this. This has been a pretty short stream. I don't think I will be going on for much longer. But the thing is, I need to wake up very early tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying around, even though my my brain is fucked and I did not show the code for the first 40 minutes. But this said, I think I will be logging off, happy with the result. Let me take another screenshot. Okay, like this. I like this. Great. Okay, great. And I was not showing this, so yeah. This is the last screenshot I took. It's basically the same. Let me change this the final screen. So stream over. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna unlist this so you're not gonna see this. But yeah. This said, thank you so much for watching. And in case you still stick around, see you next time. Auto transition. Okay, yeah. Bye.